Hello my beautiful friends, what is up? How are you? Welcome back to another video. If you've been here before, it's so nice to see you again. If you haven't been here before, hey, what's up? My name's Steph. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Also, I have fought with this video for so long. I have filmed, this will be my third time sitting down to film this video, okay? So I am working for this week's upload. So if the lighting is weird, that's just because we're in a later time of the day than I usually film in. So just bear with me with all of the technicalities because this video is going to be a good one. So I didn't think that I would be sitting down to film another Moldavite video because I really thought that I had said everything I needed to say. But then I did a thing and I jumped on another bandwagon, partially because I've wanted this stone for a really long time. So we're going to jump into what stone I got, how it's working with the Moldavite, how things are going for me, and really it's just a Moldavite update in general because I stopped wearing it and now we're back and things have been wild, okay? So we're just gonna jump right on in. Here's my update. So I jumped on the bandwagon and I got myself some carnelian. I actually got this pendant and it has amethyst in it as well. It's super cute, super dainty. I really love it. Not only do they sit really well together, I don't know, I just love the combination, but their power together, their vibes, the energy that they just like put into the world together has been shaking things up for me in a way that I can't even properly describe in words. Like, so I jumped on the bandwagon. I got myself some carnelian. Not only is it beautiful, I got some amethyst with it, so it's very calming. And let's just jump into what carnelian is supposed to do for you. So just to preface this, I'm not going to jump into what Moldavite has done for me per se on its own in this video. I think I've made 4 other Moldavite videos, so if you want to check those out, they will be linked in the description box down below, or I'm sure you'll be able to find them in your suggested bar as well. So carnelian. So I initially was on TikTok scrolling and like I have a really bad habit of like someone's like, oh my god, I love this crystal, and I'm like, oh my god, I want it. I want to know what it's gonna do for me, because not only is it like I just love them because they're beautiful and I just love crystal jewelry, but I'm really into self-exploration, self-growth, spirituality. If you've been here before, you already know, okay? So anything that I can do to kind of accelerate that process and bring myself to the next level, I am on board. I will do it, right? And so I was scrolling through my TikTok and everyone was like, oh my gosh, I got carnelian and my life like turned around, and like everyone was asking me out or whatever. And like granted, I don't know if that's what I really wanted it for, simply because like, shh, plug your ears, carnelian, but like I didn't know if a relationship was something that I was necessarily looking for, because I am so busy. I'm starting a new chapter in my life. I'm starting a new transition into a whole bunch of new exciting things, which is awesome for me. But with my schedule and everything right now, like a relationship isn't something that I was really prioritizing. But I was like, I want some confidence. I want some courage. I want like out of the box motivation. And like I know that like it's kind of just like the job you give the crystal by working with Moldavite and AURALITE and Libyan Desert Glass and all the other crystals I work with that I haven't made videos on. By working with them, I know now the importance of giving them a job, using them as tools. I know that it's very important to believe in their power, give them a job, trust them with whatever intention you want to bless upon them. And so when I got the carnelian, it wasn't really like relationship based. It was more so like I just want to feel like that bitch. Like I want the confidence, I want the motivation, I want to keep growing and evolving and just really becoming the woman that I want to be. So I was like, screw it, let's do it. And I actually was like, okay, I don't know. I thought about it for like weeks, and then I was driving home from work one night and I was driving past the stone store and something in me was like, just go get the frickin' carnelian, just do it. I can't even believe that I'm gonna expose myself like this, but like I actually got the carnelian the day after the world started opening up where I am. And so all of my friends were like, let's go out, let's have fun, let's just let loose. It's been a really long 2 years, like we deserve it. Let's go have a good time. So we went out, we had some drinks, we went out to a bar, we danced the night away, all the fun stuff. And I ended up I ended up meeting someone that night, and like, granted, it could have, like, I don't really believe in coincidences, but if you want something to put a coincidence to, it was the first night out. I'm a cute girl, like, it is what it is, you know what I mean? But I met someone that night that I ended up talking to for a couple weeks, and like, it didn't turn into anything, but we'll get there. So the Carnelian was doing its job in the relationship department, because like, it was building new connections for me. It was doing its thing. How the Moldavite comes into this is actually in regards to that situation. So I was talking to this person for about a week and a bit, and like, I'm the type of person, like I mentioned, I'm moving into a new stage in my life, and I'm very excited about it, and a lot of great things are happening for me. And so I am very strategic with my time. I'm very aware of how much time I have and where I want to put it. My days are like planned out to the nines, and that's not just because I'm like borderline a control freak. Like, that's because I have to get stuff done. I have goals I want to work towards. I have prior commitments, not only to myself but the people I love. And so I knew that going into this and speaking with this person, this was something that if I was going to invest my energy in, I would have to make time for them. In the sense of like, I would have to make time out of time that I already didn't really have. And so I was like, okay, like, it is what it is, whatever. So I was talking to this person. They're a really lovely person. This isn't shady towards them at all. They're a really lovely person. But in the stage of this, and like in the stage of my life where I was really passive, I was wanting to keep peace. I was like, I don't want to really start anything. I don't want any issues. I'm just kind of going to go with the flow. Trust that everything's working out exactly as it should. But I knew that the more I went into this and the more that I invested my time in this, the more I was going to be like, okay, like, what is the end goal here? Like, what are we working towards? I mean, I have a lot going on. The last thing I need to do is just stress about this, you know? Like, this is very much, like, it sounds so awful to say it, but like, it was very much an afterthought. And it's not because of this person. Like, this person was lovely. It was just a very much like a thing I was adding on to my life, and like, which I already kind of didn't have time for. And one thing about me is like, I have always really invested my energy, my emotions, and my time into the people I love. Whether that's platonically, whether that's romantically, whether that's in business relationships, I kind of really take the time to invest my energy. I'm very nurturing, I'm very caring. And so I was like, okay, like, I need to know where my investment is going, like my time, my energy. Like, I have other things that I need to be doing. I need to know that if it's worth it to spend time with this person and it's moving towards something down the line, not right now, that's not what I need right now, but like down the line, if like that's an idea in someone's brain. And then I woke up the next morning and I was like, okay, I was running late for work, I was having a morning, I was having a day, and something in me was like, put your Moldavite on. And I was like, I don't have time, I'm already late. And the universe was like, no girl, put your Moldavite on. And so I went through my day and it was like a good day. Like, people were responding to me well. I've noticed that when I wear Moldavite, people respond to me well. There's more like the energy is more aligned, I guess you could say. Like, Moldavite has a very chaotic energy, of course. But when I was wearing the Moldavite, the energy that I was connecting with was more aligned to what I was radiating as an energy. But I went throughout my day, and something in me just was like, something just struck me. And I was like, you know what? I have so many other things going on right now. Like, I deserve to know what I'm investing my time in. And so after like me choosing to be passive and go with the flow and whatever for weeks, I was like, I want to have the conversation. I just want to like let them know that like, this is what's up. This is what's happening. So I had the conversation and I was just like, you know, like, I actually sent it in a message which can be very misconstrued, and that was a little bit iffy on my end. But I was like, you know what, like, this is kind of what I'm looking for. This is kind of what I expect if I'm getting to know someone new, whether that be like in a friendship or romantically, like regardless of what it turns into, like, this is kind of what I expect from my connections. And like, that's not really what I'm receiving from you. So like, if we're on the same page to move forward, like that's fine. If we want to call it here, that's also fine. It was just something along those lines, because this little bugger's energy was like, we can stand in our power and we can know what we deserve and we can authentically be ourselves, and there's no reason to keep someone around who's not going to honor that and respect our time and respect the energy we're giving. And if it comes off as weird or crazy or clingy, it is what it is, you know what I mean? So I had that conversation and it went really well. They were very kind about it. But I knew kind of from that moment, like after that conversation, I was just like, you know, like we're kind of not on the same page. Like they were very respectful about it. They were very understanding about it. But it was just like something in my brain was like, like I don't really know. And so after that, we kind of went through the transition of like things like slowly coming to an end, slowly like things fading out a little bit. And by the time that we just stopped speaking, I already knew like days prior that like that's where we were headed. I wasn't super concerned about it. I'm still not now. I don't regret the connection. I don't regret the time I spent on this person. It's just like I'm glad that I did it then versus like months down the line where like feelings were invested, because this has taught me, this combo here, the Moldavite and the Carnelian, really pulled me out of the state of like, I just want someone to like me. I just want someone to want to spend time with me. It really turned into this kind of like, this is what I deserve and I am willing to be alone until someone can match that. You don't have to apologize for being yourself. You don't have to apologize for being authentic. You don't have to apologize for asking for what you need. What I will say is this duo, or trio I guess, because Amethyst is in here as well, but this trio really taught me that it's okay to stand up for yourself. Not in like a, you are shitty and like, this is what I need. No, like just like, this is what I expect. And like, if you can't bring that to the table, like that's completely okay. Like no judgment at all, no pressure, no expectations. But I'm not going to apologize for who I am, what I need, or what I expect out of my connections. Because it's not even just like, yes, I was talking to this person. Yes, I was talking to this person in a romantic way, but I have the same expectations for my friendships, for my business relationships, for my family relationships. Communication and mutual effort has always been something that I appreciate, because it's like, if I'm willing to make time for you, invest in you, get to know you, really try to make you comfortable enough to break down those walls, connect with me, and move in a direction that we want to move to, where we can be benefiting from the connection, regardless of what you are to me. I expect that of everyone. I expect things to go beyond the surface level, because if I am choosing to take the time to invest in you, I deserve to know what I'm investing in. So I choose to put that in every connection in my life. And a lot of people who are not on the same page, are not viewing the things the same way, or not on the same trajectory as I am in my life, they can't vibe with that. They think it's too much. They think it's too clingy. They think it's too this, that, or that. I do not give a flying F what this person thinks about me. They can think I'm crazy. They can think whatever they want. But I will do this in a way that's true to who I am, that's authentic to who I am, that's classy to who I am, and I will remain kind and respectful even when it's over, because that's just how I am. But like, and that's my character, and how you perceive my character is more important to me than what you think of me. You know what I mean? Because how you perceive my character is something that I can control. That is how I treat you. That is how I show up in your life. But how you think of me, that is your perception of me. That is you taking the information I've given you and been like, ah. And so choosing to have this conversation, yes, it was one of those moments where like old me probably would have threw my phone across the room and be like, oh my god, they hate me, whatever. But like, no, now I was just kind of like, it is what it is. Like, either this person is going to remain in my life or they're not. And if they're not, at least I was truly authentic to who I am, what I need, and what I expect. Because it's not fair of me to go through the motions, right? Go through this whole casual getting to know each other, seeing where it goes, and then, like, down the line be like, well, this is what I expect. Like, this is not even just from you, it's like a romantic interest, but like, this is what I expect of my friends, my family, my business relationships, and my romantic partners. This is what I expect. And like, I feel like that's more pressure filled down the line than me just being like, hey, this is how I approach my connections. And so making the decision to be authentically true to who I am, what I need, and what I expect was so liberating, and I know that I wouldn't have done it without putting this Moldavite back on. So, what I will say is, like, this conversation and these decisions weren't something that I was necessarily ready for. Like I mentioned previously, I was very interested in keeping the peace in my life because there's so much other chaos going on. I didn't need some big... It wasn't even a big deal. In retrospect, it wasn't even a big deal. But I didn't need something else to add to the plate. Like, I was like, I don't even know if, like, this is what I want, and like, I don't even, like, I'm just gonna figure it out. And like, I figured it out, but a lot sooner than I would have if I just did not put the Moldavite on. And one, I'm proud of myself for doing that, but two, that was a lot, and I'm very tired. And yeah, so if you have Moldavite Carnelian, just watch yourself, because you're going to say all the things you need to say. You're going to honor yourself. You're going to really show up for yourself in the most positive way, but that might come off as a little bit too much to others. And what I have to say to that is, if I'm too much for you, simply go find less. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, but go find less. Go do your own thing. Go find less. And just live your best life. So that is kind of what I have to say about the Moldavite Carnelian Amethyst combination. If you have any questions about any of these stones, leave them in the comments down below. I am always so happy to answer them. Also, guys, we are growing so quickly. Thank you so much for 106 subscribers. That is what we were at when I am filming this. I am so grateful for every single one of you. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by. If you would like to subscribe and join our ever-growing little family, I would love to have you. If this was my first and last time seeing you, like, I hope that I brought you some clarity on if this is the road you should go down, because believe me, I didn't know it till I got there, and I was like, okay, we in here, we doing it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you. Be sure to see you next week for a whole nother video, and take care of yourself. I love you so much, and goodbye.